Okay.
Please, my son's not you. Don't look like marshals. Do you work for the Patriarch? Then my boy needs your help. He's going to be executed. And they won't listen when I say he's no killer. Judge Watkins has sentenced my son to die. Austin is all I have left. Everyone else died on the plains. He's a good boy. He never hurt anyone. I'm sure of it. Please, maybe Watkins will listen to you. I don't even know why he was rounded up. He won't tell me. Says he's embarrassed. I know they caught him doing something wrong, but he says he never hurt anyone. If you talk to him, maybe he'll tell you what happened. Sometimes, please, help my son and feel
And
now.
so there's this one. Austin.
Sorry, I didn't mean to ignore you. Just got a lot on my mind. Made a real big mistake. See, the Plains gangs chased my mom and me off our land. We lost everything. Heard this was a place of God-fearing people and thought they'd do right by us. People here kept us out in the cold, letting us starve to death while they sat inside, warm and fed. Then the Dorseys came and gave me some food, some kindness, and asked me to do some vandalism. Figured what was the harm? I never killed no one, but I did bust some windows. Marshals caught me doing it, and they said I was working with the Dorseys. Magistrate agreed, so here I am. Mom wanted to talk me out of it. Should have talked to her first. We were starving, no two ways about it. We were going to die. Dorseys gave us food. I figured a few windows was a worthwhile trade for the bread and meat that saved our lives. I thought it was too harsh, but what happens if I speak up now? Will they come after my mom? I can't take the chance. Magistrate's a hard man. I wish I could believe it'd work. I'd do anything for someone who could get me free without hurting anybody in the process. Guess I don't have any money to give you, but I'd pay you back in hard work, if you'll have me. I'm used to hard work around the homestead, and I ain't too bad with a gun either. My folks made sure I could hunt and fight. I always dreamed of coming to the big city and being a newspaper man. You know, interviewing people, telling the truth about how things really are. Sure didn't turn out like I hoped. Nice talking to you.
There's that magistrate there.
If it's too dangerous
But we're not gonna
for
talk to
you,
him yet.
Marshals, maybe... Marshals! Finally! Hold on now. You aren't marshals. You look like... ruffians. Are you here to see the sheriff? Well, I'm first. I've been waiting here on tenterhooks for an hour. Forgive me. That was unkind. I am under considerable duress. My family has been kidnapped by those no-good Dorseys, and the marshals will give me no answers about their situation. They won't even speak to me. I must know how the sheriff intends to rescue them. And when. Thank you, friends. One more voice urging her to action might be sufficient. Thank you. Sheriff Daisy, I will not—
Miss Wesson, could you... I'm sorry. I have to talk to these folks. Sorry about that. Are you the Rangers? We were told to expect you. Sheriff Daisy is waiting for you in the back.
Thanks, Torres.
Anytime, Marshal Juan. Thanks. If you've got any feedback, be sure to fill out a form.
Well, now you must be the Rangers.
Sure am.
I'm the sheriff around here, but you can call me Daisy. Old Saul tells me you're a bunch of badasses, and I ain't one to turn away a badass. especially at a time like this. I reckon you already heard all about the Dorsey raid, so I won't bore you with the details. Suffice it to say, we whooped 'em good, and the survivors are holed up in the Garden of the Gods with a bunch of hostages. Thing is, I lost a lot of marshals. My boys and girls are tired and beat up. You want to make some fast friends around here? You could go into the garden and speak to those Dorseys for us. Maybe find out how the hell they got into the city in the first place.
And by speak, you mean shoot the everlasting shit out of them and save those hostages, right, boss?
Quan, I hear you're some fancy liaison now. Old Saul taking my people without even asking? How dare he? Anyway, yes, you rascal. That's exactly what I mean. But question him first, you hear?
Ma'am, yes, ma'am.
And I'm glad to hear it. The job's easy enough, if you like using bullets. Now, the Dorsey's hostages are from the fancy side of town. 100 families folk. Try to get them out of there alive, or I'll never hear the fucking end of it. And please, take young Miss Weston with you. I need that girl out of my hair. In fact, I'm gonna insist. I'm telling Lupinski not to let you into the garden without her. But don't worry. She knows which end of the gun the bullets come out of. Go in there and kick some ass, Rangers.
You spoke to Sheriff Daisy like you promised, strangers. Thank you. I heard her tell you to take me with you to the Garden of the Gods. So, when do we leave? Certainly. My father taught me to shoot almost before I could walk, and I'm the best shot in the city.
Oh, it's true. She's a prodigy, all right. Also a pain in the ass.
No. But I have hunted. There's no need to worry that I will be shy about pulling the trigger. I promise, strangers, if it is to save my family, I will not hesitate. At last.
And then we get Lucy Weston. She has an epic revolver, which has a lot of damage, and she's pretty accurate with it as well, so she will annihilate anything that she shoots at. Oh yeah, and she also has some barter, survival, pretty good weapon modding, and her small arms is pretty high as well. So she's a pretty decent person to have.
Howdy, Judge. How's your heart? Still colder than a well digger's ass?
Marshal Quan. Impertinent as ever, I see. Rangers, I am Magistrate Silas Watkins. I have heard of your arrival, partly from the confessions of the Dorsey Raiders. You'll be pleased to know that I sentenced them to death for their part in the attack on the city and your convoy. His crimes are still severe. He was part of the Dorsey uprising. He caused significant property damage. His actions diverted marshals from responding to reports of attacks, magnifying the harm the Dorseys were able to inflict. Argue a case, and I might show lenience. You wish to compensate the city and the owners of the damaged properties for their losses. I can facilitate that. That's the price in Colorado dollars. Understand that the law cannot wait until you have the means to pay. The boy indeed.
Yeah, we only have 85, but that's actually pretty easy to sort out.
Cowardly attack on Colorado Springs.
Well, not that way. It's this way.
Martha, why else would I?
Garden of the
Consarn it! You Dorsey peckerheads, get on out of there!
Hush up now, Josiah. You can't go in there alone. Look,
You think I can't handle myself? I've put down worse than these in my time.
since when? You've been a shopkeeper all your life. Will you help me talk some sense into this old fool? If he goes after those Dorseys, he'll get himself... Thank you. Keep an old man from killing himself, will you?
Killing myself? Can't you pretend to have some faith in me, Martha? You do this, you'll get a nice discount. Well, go on then.
Shit, Heartlanders! We thought you was all dead. Back off! I done told you! Don't come any closer!
So, the thing is I could obviously use that option and talk them into leaving, or I could kill them all. Now, that's obviously they'll get a bit of XP for using that, but I want that gear, so...
Let's make this quick!
Now just watch Lucia in action. Get him, Major Tom.
Take me to the flame.
And then we get all this stuff. Yay.
Phew, boy, thanks again for taking... Say, if you got hurt in that scrap, you should see a friend of mine, Doc Parker. He set up a clinic in the Arapahoe garage, just outside the city gate. And here, a little token of our appreciation. Come on back after we reopen the shop.
No, which is 164. I've got a couple of extra things to do over this way.
Square.
Snapper Jimmy Bob, new faces. Let me know. Let's.
So go trade and then just sell junk. Boom. We're already up to 424. And then we also have these gold nuggets.
And
500.
these are not the best of times.
Jesus,
And then over here, talk
Christ.
to
That's a bomb.
someone.
Holy mackerel! Better stay back from my stall. Those goddamn Dorseys dropped a landmine under it. Oh, thank God. You'd be
And
doing me
then
a shell of a favor.
disarm. Job done.
Wish I could get these Flipper and Marshals to take care of the dang. Really? That's great. I'm back in
There we go.
business.
Job done. Now we've got like nearly 600. So we can go and buy Austin's freedom. I mean, we could wait until we've done the Garden of the Gods stuff, but I don't know whether he'll be dead by then or not, because if I leave the area,
Family's taken hostage.
if I leave the area and do something else, it may precede it to the time when Austin's killed.
This is the cost in
And with barter of 4, we can
Perhaps
get it
so.
down a little.
I am not a man of business, to be sure. This is irregular, but it is within my powers to grant you full custody of Austin Peace. Any further infractions he may commit are the Ranger's responsibility. I would recommend keeping him out of trouble. You should inform the boy. Best he hears the good news from you. Murderers!
Still here. Not looking forward to what comes next. What? Are you serious? You really saved my life, and I get to be a ranger? Soon as they let me free, I'm going straight to your headquarters. I'll do whatever you need me to do. Clean guns, scrub toilets, you name it. Thank you. Thank you.
Dorsey scum!
Here we go.
Brave Marshal stopped Dorsey's at Palace Gates. Patriarch alive and safe.
Feel now.
Did you see the Dorseys almost blow up the statue?
Yeah,
Duct
I was
tape to
hiding
fix
until
this.
the fella stalled.
Terrible.
Marshall stopped at the last second.
Wouldn't be Market Square without it.
Here we go. Pitsky.
I heard we had some new arrivals wash on in. Military types, they said. Can't really see the difference between you and the ordinary class of mercs. As much as I'd love to shoot the shit with you tryhards, Sheriff Daisy said to let you go on in. So?
Marshal Lupinski, I expect you to moderate your language in the presence of a young lady.
My apologies, Miss West. I meant no disrespect. Best of luck to you and your companions here. Nope.
I hate that
room
guy.
for amateurs in this town. You hear?
I've spoke to him in a later encounter and stuff, and he's a real miserable sod. And seems to hate us for some reason. Sorry the stream's so late, by the way, but it's just when I was free, but still to get one done. Even though it's actually, you know, Monday now, for me at least, but, you know, I still want to get one done before I go to bed and that.
Whoever just came up from the city, come in. This is Bellamy Ward. There are Dorseys all over the garden. I'm pinned down on a high ledge. Can you reach me? Oh, thank God. I'll call out if I see you, as long as it's safe. Hey! You on the ledge! Hands up! Oh no, they found me.
Let's go, guys.
From there, or we're coming up. Hey, well, where did you come from? Back the hell off,
And
or
this
you're
everything.
dead.
They're right about the food and the ammo, cousin. And I don't think Nelius is coming back for us.
Fine, we'll just put our weapons down, okay? Nice and slow. I guess the deluge ain't coming today. We'll go quiet, just don't give us to the marshals, please.
Now, here's the thing.
This is Ranger HQ, reading you loud and clear, November 1. What's your status?
We have two choices here. We can get a team to pick them up and take them back to Ranger HQ, and they'll be put in the brig there. Or we can hand them over to the marshals. Now, you hand them over to the marshals like you more. But what you got to remember is that this means they will have a horrible fate ahead. Because if you see those pillories back in town where the people are all hung up, that's basically their punishment here in Colorado. You get strung up on them and you're basically left to freeze to death. Some people who haven't committed very heinous crimes get taken down, but they will still have frostbite and lose a couple of limbs, including, you know, nose, ears, genitals, that sort of thing. Whereas if you just have your own team arrest them, they'll just be put in like a jail cell for like the extent of the game. So that's a less harsh punishment. But these are Dorseys, we don't like them, so they can go to the sheriff. They can die a horrible death for all I care.
Oh, God. Did the Patriarch send you? I'm sorry. I need to warn you. The Dorseys are gathering up ahead between... I'll tell you whatever I can. Just save their hostages, will you? My name is Bellamy Ward. I was there. Savages. Animals. The PALs. Photon amplification lenses. They harness and focus the ambient light. It's fascinating, actually. Normally, I once coupled a PAL with a dynamic cross-photon. You saved my life. I won't
I don't
forget.
care about what he has to say, he just talks about all sorts of science stuff and that. But make sure you come and get this crate up here. It's got a rifle in it. Well, for me, this time it has anyway. But yeah, you always go get that weapon crate. Like I said in this game, just sort of loot anything and everything. There's no reason why you shouldn't. Wow, nice job.
Keep it up.
Thanks for stepping on that, idiot. Go and repair that one. We'll open this.
Right. This is Bellamy Ward. PAL operational test number, 110. I've adjusted the angle of the solar collectors by 3.12 degrees to improve the energy transmission from the photonic amplification lenses. I've also attached a more sensitive voltmeter to the test panel, so I can hopefully get a more accurate reading of the
Huh.
For the first time since the deluge of fire, Colorado Springs will have all the electricity it needs. I can't wait to show this to Theo and Megan. They'll be so excited.
Okay, now come over this way. Oh yeah, bring the rest of them. Sorry, I forgot. Need someone with a higher perception. There we go. See? Pin path. Boom. Oh yeah, dig up this. Might get some gold out of it. There we go. Oh yeah, and we also get a doll, which gives us a boost. A permanent boost as well. It's not like temporary or anything. So that's cool. Okay. Grenade.
And I just cleaned my gun.
God damn it. And then just the altar. This is a dangerous way to come because these waste wolves can be quite dangerous. But as long as you do things properly, you shouldn't have too much of a problem, I don't believe. Yeah, there we go. Dropped on, easy enough. I didn't even take any damage, any of this. Okay, there we go. Now we go on this way, come to this controller here. You can put in that lens, adjust the collection amount and highest level, then activate it. And now we have a new ally. Watch. It rains fire down on your opponents. And this is classed as like an ally, so you know they have their own turn and such. And so if the enemies have their turn, that's a friendly's turn, so boom. And of course, Major Tom goes and runs down there and sets himself on fire. I think it's a little stupid, but I'll forgive you, Major Tom, because you're a good kitty. Clovex. Boom, dead. Okay, now wait for it. I'm dead. We win. Again. Yay. Good job, Major Tom. Just trying to set yourself on fire next time. I'm glad that you didn't die so quickly. Thanks, you just set Lucia on fire as well. So now we have the army rifle, another hog hunter, 14 to 16. So, yeah, it's better than his weapon now. But that's level 3. Yeah, the thing is, these weapons can only be used by the person who owns them, which I think is a little annoying, but understandable they wouldn't want somebody strangers handling their gun, I guess. So, charisma up this one. There we go. Go and come up and get this crate because there's no mine on this side. Then we can come over to this pit here. It's filled with bodies.
I don't know if they're here or not. I can't... Come on. Let's find the monsters who did this.
I'm not gonna rob a child's grave. We're not monsters like these people. Okay, then we come up here.
I'm Isaac Reed. On behalf of all of us here, I want to offer our unconditional surrender. As proof of our goodwill, I want to tell you that the culprits got into town with help from Farron Brago's organization, and...
Isaac, how could you? How could you throw in with these people? How could you let them take my family? Where are my parents and my little brother?
They're in the grave you passed on the way here. They didn't suffer, Lucia. I promise. Baby, look, I didn't mean it to go this way. I tried to stop them. I really did. I begged.
Stop talking right now.
We thought we were in the right. The Dorseys promised that we could take down the Patriarch. They didn't say anything about murdering hostages.
What about all the other people they killed? Or was that part okay with you, Isaac?
It was Nelius Dorsey. He went looking for your family, Lucia. Your family especially. That's why I got you out of your house before the raid. I didn't want anything to happen to you.
You didn't want anything to happen to me? So you let savages abduct and murder my family. You knew what they meant to me. You knew what their loss would do to me.
But you're still alive, Lucia. Don't you see? You're still alive, and that's what matters most to me. He escaped. He took some vehicles and headed west into the mountains. I don't think he was planning to come back. We've been under the Patriarch's boot for 50 years. We say that the 100 families are in charge, but it's really just his family. Just him. I know you must think I'm a fuzzy-headed idealist, but this society's sick. It needs to change. Farron Brago's gang helped them get into town. I don't know how or why. And I overheard Nelius say something about Liberty Buchanan, the Patriarch's daughter. I think she's going to attack Colorado Springs. It sounded like she's gathering an army out in the plains. Something way worse than the Dorseys.
I have heard enough. If your betrayal of my family was not sufficient, your treachery here most certainly is. In the name of the Patriarch, I sentence you.
Please, Lucia. I did this for you.
A better way? I can't think of one. Not after what he did to my family. You want to let him walk away from what he's done? I have justice right here, in the palm of my hand. I am more than happy to mete it out. I would be delighted to be its instrument.
Thank you. Thank you.
Come in, November 1. This is Ranger HQ. We're getting reports of shooting in your last known location at Garden of the Gods. What's your status? Over. Copy that, November 1. Dispatching an arrest team now. Good job getting those sons of bitches. Over and out.
Now we can get out of this place and head back to town. Okay, well.
You let Isaac live? After he gave aid and comfort to the enemies of the Patriarch? After he helped them kill my family? You let him live? Why arrest him when you killed all those others? What made him special? If I had been in the house, I could have saved them. The whole night could have gone differently. Or am I fooling myself? It took all of us to beat them. Likely I would have died too. Very well. I accept your decision to let him live. But the people who are truly responsible, Neelius Dorsey and Liberty Buchanan, I will bring justice to their doors. Will you help me find them? You can count on my guns every step of the way. Of course. Good. You've got yourselves a bargain, Rangers. We should go after Neelius Dorsey first. Isaac said he headed west into the mountains. No doubt he plans to hole up at one of the old resorts from before the bombs fell. I don't think we're ready to face him yet, though. Neelius will be dug in, I expect, and he'll have all his best people with him. He only left behind the expendables in the garden.
I thought she said she was gonna follow orders, not give them.
For now, we should head back to the sheriff.
Yeah, well, we can do that next time. It's getting really late and I'm tired as all hell. So, yeah, thank you guys for joining me for this stream, but I'm going to end it here. So, yeah, thank you guys so much for joining me. I appreciate all your support. And, I'll see you guys next time. Thank you so much and goodbye.